When it comes to Aberration, rat holes can be found everywhere, so we proudly present top 3 all-time best rat holes on Aberration with full base designs. This video is sponsored by My Servers Deluxe. Deluxe is a 3x server with 5x matching and 3x experience. Deluxe has 6-man tribes, ORP, new player protection, raid warning, and so much more. Here at Deluxe, we ensure that you have an amazing experience with lag-free servers. Servers are now live, link in the description. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 65.7 latitude and 58.7 longitude, and then here it is on the map. So this rat hole can be found pretty deep down in the radiation zone. And over here, there's a nice little kind of like man-made structure right here, and there's a ramp going up it. Underneath this ramp is a pretty good sized rat hole. Now the entrance to this rat hole is actually right here. So we come over here to this little opening, and it is a crouch entrance. Now there is one big downside with this rat hole. You have to build on cliff platforms for a good amount of it for it to actually properly work. So it's going to be a little bit hard to defend this area, but that's also good for you because that means that people cannot block you in here because you literally can't place structures on the front part. But yeah, so it's a little bit of a tricky rat hole to build. However, the ramp is so thick that you can have stuff basically meshing through it and it won't poke out like at all, which is awesome. There's also a little area over here that looks like a man-made cliff platform. I thought that was kind of cool. Then we have this little spot down here, so we're probably going to put some hidden loot or like our tech jenny or something in there. But it's definitely going to have to be on multiple layers, so let's see what we can do. Now here is the full base design. As you can see, we decided to keep everything on the internal side, mainly because you really can't place turrets right here, but also just kind of make sure that people really can't see in here to even see if there's a base in here in the first place. So yes, this is a really funky looking kind of turret wall. However, along with them dealing with the with the radiation, they also have to deal with turrets, and finding good radiation gear is actually a little bit trickier for most players. I mean, yes, some players can easily do it, but a lot of people really don't even mess with this map in the first place. So over here is the main entrance. This is kind of like layered right here, so then it's harder for people to get inside, and this is built on a cliff platform, as you can see right there. Then we have a second layer. The second layer is basically another turret wall, but only like a singular layer. I guess you can put a few more hatcheries right here, but I just decided not to. And that one's also built on a cliff platform. Over here is also where kind of the main base is. So up top we have some vaults, some cryo fridges, and then we have the 2 beds. Then this is located in 2 different areas. So we have this top area, which is just for more vault storage or whatever else you really want to use it for. And then we have our bottom area, which is down through here. This is basically our main area. So we have a grill, a cooker, some refrigerators, egg incubators, feeding troughs, and that is our entire kind of hatchery area. Over here we have some daddy storages right there. We have a tech transmitter and then a indie grinder. We have a replicator, 3 indie forges, 6 chem benches, 6 smithies, sorry. And then we have a bunch of vaults, and then we have 6 fabricators, and actually we have 5 chem benches, so we had to fix that a little bit. But anyways, over here is our little bottom area, like I said kind of on the last one. Then we're going to have some hidden stuff down here, which is just some of these, and then a tech jenny. But that's it for this one. Let's move on to number 2. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 50.3 latitude and 32.6 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this one can be found over kind of on the bottom, not bottom, in like the middle-ish kind of left area of the map. And this one is actually pretty high up, but it's pretty close to the main spawn points right here. So that's kind of a decent thing, but also kind of not, because it's pretty close to a lot of players. However, the good side on this is that it's very high up, all the way up, and since there's no flyers on this map, it is going to be a little difficult to really get up here, unless you have like a bloodstalker or something like that. But anyways, so this rat hole is basically up here. So as you can see, it's not the biggest opening, but it's also a little bit bigger than like a true rat hole kind of opening. Now downsides are is that you cannot build on these like roots kind of things, I guess you can call it. I don't know really what they're called, but it's this weird looking stuff right here. You can't build on it, but you can put cliff platforms on the sides right here. So we're gonna have to definitely use a lot of cliff platforms, which should hopefully work out, but it's gonna be definitely a tricky build. So let's get on to it. Now here is the full base design. As you can see with this outside, we decided to do not one hanging tower, not two, but three. So basically, the third one isn't really a big one, it's just kind of there to stop people from getting up there. But it is three hanging cliff platforms, all kind of combined into one. So yes, we didn't completely fill it all the way down because we have just little sections that are separated, but that just really kill any wandering people. So this is our first cliff platform, there's really not much on it. Then we have our second one, this is our main one, which is really just kind of covering this whole area. And then we have our third one right here. It's kind of covering a little bit, but not as much as the second one is. But this equals out to exactly 100 turrets. So if you are on a higher turret limit, this will really work out good for you because then you can actually build the whole thing. But since I'm not, I decided to only kind of do half of it, if that makes sense. So anyways, up here, we have this first layer, which is built on two cliff platforms. That's the only way to really get it here. But this has our tech teleporter and then our tech transmitter for really just teleporting in and out. That's kind of the whole point of that. And then up here we have more cliff platforms, and this was very tricky to do, and I actually had an opening right here that you just cannot fill, like, at all. So up here, this is on our first set of cliff platforms. We have our replicator, our full crafting station with indie forges, a grinder, fabricators, chem benches, smithies, and then a replicator. We have some vaults right there, and then an extra vault over there. We have some egg incubators, two vaults there, an entire like fridge wall right there, and then we have mannequins, vaults, a refrigerator, a cooker, a grill, and then some more refrigerators right there. Now up on our second layer, as you can see over here, we have a ladder basically going up there. This is just mainly for all of our storage. So we have a tech jenny here, and then this entire area is just filled with vaults, and then a few daddy storages, and then a kind of a main like log out area in the back. So I think it kind of worked out pretty well. What do you guys think? Coming at number 1, this can be found at 28.8 latitude and 61.9 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this can be found over towards the top rightish of the map, over in that area. Now this one is a little bit higher up as well as the last one, so you don't have to worry about the radiation zone, because a lot of the rat holes that we had on our list were all kind of in the radiation zone, and I know that can be pretty difficult to work with. So anyways, this rat hole can be found right here. It's basically on the side of this just giant cliff, and it is a pretty nice rat hole actually. So yes, it's not the biggest, but it's also really not the smallest, but it is still a pretty nice rat hole, as you have a decently flat area kind of right here. Now yes, we're going to need some cliff platforms for this side of it. I'm not sure what to do about that, but we can build down, so it's definitely going to have at least another layer, maybe two, who knows. But yeah, so let's see what we can do with this. Now here is the full base design. Here is a giant cliff platform on the outside, and this is really all that you need to defend this entire spot. This cliff platform is kind of based off of a smaller tribe who hasn't really gotten up the techs yet, but you can easily swap these out with tech turrets. It's really up to you. So anyways, this whole thing basically spans along with about the 100 turret limit range, but a little bit lower. So I was actually able to put more turrets on the inside, as you can see here, and then put a second wall over here as well. Now the second wall is basically to be here just in case the main kind of cliff platform just falls, so at least you have some turrets to kind of hold your base off until you can try to get something else back up. Now these ladders, I don't know how, but these ladders magically somehow work. And anyways, we have a vault in here just for kind of like base defense stuff. Then inside we have some egg incubators, a cooker, a grill, and we have a grinder, some refrigerators, and then here's our full station there. And we have a full crafting station with a replicator, some fabricators, and then we have chem benches and indie forges and smithies on them. Now I was able to kind of squish these chem benches in here barely, but it worked out pretty well. And then down here is our second layer. Second layer has some refrigerators, daddy storages, and then our entire vault area, which really works out pretty nice here because I was actually able to build down. And then through this door over here, in a second, over here we have more vaults. And then over here through this door, it goes down even further. Now this area is basically our logout area and for all of our good loot and stuff, and then this is also where our tech jenny is. But anyways, that's it for today's video. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.